Sorry for this robot voice, I keep stuttering and voice recording doesn't work. I'm going to explain how I became a trans neo-Nazi. But first, we need to go to the time before I became a trans neo-Nazi. Since it's important to know how I felt of Nazis and neo-Nazis back then. I was uncomfortable about Nazis because of personal experiences. I was sensitive towards racism, transphobia, homophobia and any bigotry. I still remember feeling uncomfortable about a neo-Nazi on a gore forum I was on. And, also, I remember seeing Nazi war criminals being hanged on this necrophile forum I was on. I'm not sure how I felt back then, but it does foreshadow the future. Months later, March or April 2022. I'm 13 and going through a psychotic episode. I listened a subliminal that was supposed to give you a random kink. And I was okay, let's do it. Then a day later, I started fantasize about Nazis raping me. I gained a Nazi fetish, but it was only active for a few days, but it was still in the back of my mind. Then it was fall 2022, I started to be in the true crime community Twitter cause my coping mechanism was relating to mass shooters. There was a lot of edgelords, I thought it was funniest shit ever. There was a popular guy who was a neo-Nazi in the TCC and everyone wanted to be him. I was very impressionable and I wanted to be like all these neo-Nazi LARPers cause I thought they were cool, edgy and funny. I really wanted to fit in. At 14 my Nazi hyperfixation has manifested itself. I'm still in the TCC, and I also lurk on neo-Nazi groups. Then, it was very late January or early February of 2023. I went on rad queer Tumblr cause I was going in with an open mind. I used to be a rad queer anti in 2022. I saw the term trans Nazi being thrown, then I found the archive link of the trans Nazi coining which also led me to the trans neo-Nazi. It gave me a warm feeling, cause this term was literally me. I feel like I was supposed to be a neo-Nazi but am not. It made me happy seeing positive posts of trans Nazis. And it also made me become rad queer as well. I found another Nazi LARPer group to idolize, looking back on it 2 years later, as a 16-year-old, it's very corny. Later on, I started to lurk on certain real neo-Nazi circles. I copy their interests like music, N.S., B, M, RAC neo-folk, martial industrial. Which is something I do cause it's the one of the ways I can transition as trans neo-Nazi, cause I'm just missing the beliefs. But those Nazi beliefs don't align with me. I love being trans neo-Nazi, even if people assume that I am a cis neo-Nazi. Too long didn't read I wanted to fit in plus Nazi hyperfixation. I forgot to add something. The reason why I identify as a trans neo-Nazi instead of a trans Nazi. I think it's because don't view myself a part of the NSDAP, also known as National Socialist German Workers' Party. I just don't see myself as a historical Nazi but rather a neo-Nazi. But I do take fashion inspiration from them though My Iron Cross necklace has seen things. I try to make this about my identity mainly and not Nazi hyperfixation since it will be too long, but it goes hand in hand with each other.